Ladies and gentlemen, this is Eddie. I am the crazy guy with the lazy eye with Hemet Teen News, and we are here now with a family that you've seen on the news on Press Enterprise about the teenager that was robbed and murdered over a cell phone. So I'm glad to have you on the show. I'm sorry to hear about the circumstances that happened. So can you tell me a little bit about what happened on January the 14th, 2013? How was your day started?
Got up, took the kids to school, came back, did stuff around the house, and then went back about the kid. I was going to get Carter, my youngest, from school. And then I got a call, or I got ready for work before I went and got him, and I was going to get gas, and I got a call at the gas station that my son Eric Sargeant was stabbed and taken to the hospital. And we found out he wasn't at the Hemet Hospital, so we went to the Riverside General Hospital, and that's when I found him. He was there. And then I got to go back and talk to him before he went for surgery. And then after he was in surgery for an hour and a half, we lost him.
How old was Eric at the time?
16.
He was 16 years old, and according to the story that you said he was walking, they were friend's house.
He was walking to a friend's house on Cherrywood in a picture.
And then these subjects just, how did they approach him?
The three approached him, asking him for a cell phone. He said he didn't have a cell phone. And they asked him again, and they did. He still said no, he didn't have a cell phone. And then they started hitting him, and he tried getting away, and they caught up to him, and then they got him, started hitting him again, and they stabbed him 8 to 10 times.
Do you know what they stabbed him with?
It was the butcher knife box that you have for your house.
Right.
It has a set of knives and stuff. It was one of the knife from there, like a small,
So evidently they already had this knife on them from home, so they brought out, they had something planned.
The 20-year-old is the one.
Okay. What was the 20-year-old's guy's name?
Francisco Zavala Jr.
Okay. And we also have the other name of the other defendant, which was another Francisco.
Ciardia.
Yeah, Ciardia. And also Joseph Negus. Okay. And Joseph is now 17. The other defendant, Isabella, is now 22 years old. And the Jacinto is 19.
Ciardia is 19 years.
So I hear that you actually went to trial yesterday. I know you've gone through a lot of trial courts. And how long is all this court?
I've been going now, well, for 2.5 years, but we started trial in July 1st. We've been doing the verdicts, or the jury, for the last 3.5 weeks. They also came up with a verdict for the 20-year-old, which is Francisco Zavala, on Thursday, and he was guilty of murder 1, guilty of attempted robbery. And then they were doing the jury with Francis. What's his name?
Refresh your memory a little bit here. She's been going through a lot, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you.
Francisco Ciardia, they did with his jury this week, and we got called yesterday at about 4:15 that they had the verdicts for him, and we got called back from the DA saying that Ciardia was guilty of murder 1 and guilty of attempted robbery.
Okay, so what was the charges they actually placed on them as far as the sentences?
We haven't done the sentencing yet. They will not do that for another, I won't do that until September or October, but they will be starting the penalty phases starting next week.
Okay, and what was their penalty phases?
We don't know yet until next week.
Oh, until next week, okay. So.
That's when they start the penalty phase.
And those that does not know much about the story, what happened, You can follow up on Hemet News. We will be giving a copy of the information that was going over by the press enterprise. I understand that Richard Swanson suggested that his client was responsible for only non-life-threatening stab wounds, that the knife and the co-defendant admitted possessing was never found, and many have caused the fatal, and may have caused the fatal wounds to the front of Sargeant's body, your son. DeLemon reminded the jurors, expert found that the knife could have been used to inflict all 7 or 8 wounds.
Yes.
Okay, several passerbys did testify that they did see the 3 males chasing and beating your son, and one later identified Zavelia and seen the stabbings. The teen who died, which was your son, he died later at the hospital. You stated he died in surgery?
Yes.
Okay. Sargeant gave a dying declaration in the investigation in a tape interview played for the jury that described the robbery's attempt. So we also have that on video. Was you able to get a copy of that, or do we have to wait for it?
I'll be able to get a copy. I don't know, but I could ask.
Okay, well, we'll try to definitely get that hold of you. And I know this is something really, really hard. I know this has been putting you and your family, you know, through a lot of tribulations. And I know since this happened, you've had a lot of other things going on as well. Definitely want to let the public know too that you just not only have you just lost your son, but just recently home's been broken into as well.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about what happened here and when this happened?
It happened sometime Sunday night from about 12 o'clock to 5:20 when I got home. Came in my house, went into my room, and noticed all my bedding was gone off my bed, but I didn't know, like, it didn't hit me. So then I sat down on the bed with my dog because she was scared. She went off the bed to come to me. And I turned around and noticed that my TV was missing, and then my son's Xbox was missing. And then looked through the house, and then went back to my bathroom and noticed that we were robbed because my whole bathroom and bedroom was ransacked. And they took jewelry and all my bedding, and it's about 20 games, about 5 or 6 controllers with batteries, and that's about it right now.
Which we've also have posted on HemetTeenEric.com as well, so make sure if anybody tries to sell you, you know, any of these games, an Xbox, make sure you check the serial numbers before buying it, folks. We have it on our stolen section on Hemet News. Make sure you go in there and check that out. You know, definitely let's help this lady. She's been going through a lot of issues right now. You know, we would love to try to recover all this for her. I know there was something you mentioned about a blanket that was belonged to your son that passed away.
Yeah, I had my son Eric Sargeant's comforter on my bed that I slept with every night since the day he passed. And it's hard to sleep.
And just let's tell it, you know, talk to the community about, you know, a lot of people don't know how hard it is, folks. I mean, I know a lot of people want to go out there and hate on you just for trying to, you know, raise funds, you know, trying to say it's a scam. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, this lady just lost her son, you know. How can it be a scam? You know, she's not only has she lost her son, not only has she been dealing with the tribulations of losing her son. I mean, this is something you just, you don't get over. I mean, I don't care how many years it takes, you never get over losing your son until, you know, till you die. I mean, I've lost, you know, my godson. He wasn't even our true son. And I know, you know, what she's going through, and it's not easy, folks. And, you know, she's needing all the prayers that she can get right now. All the help she can get. Not only has she lost her son, she's been robbed, and then after you came home from court, you came home and found out now not only are you going through all this, now your lights have been turned off.
Yes.
And because I mean, you're not able to work because going back and forth to court, you got behind on bills, I assume. I mean, that's, you know, I don't want to go into your personal life on that. But I know you're definitely needing some help from this community. And, you know, I'm trying to, with Hemet News, is to try to bring this community together to help each other. You know, well, I'm from the South, I'm from Alabama. And we're the type neighbors help each other. the community always, when somebody's in need, we try to jump in and help. That's just the way we are. It's called Southern Hospitality. And that's what we're trying to bring to Hemet. You know, if everybody sticks together and help each other out, you know, we can take over our town and take our town back. And, you know, a community that actually, the way I feel, a community that, you know, can stick together, can survive together. And I think number one thing sticking together is trying to help each other out in time of need. We've actually heard that you have a GoFundMe page set up to help raise, I don't know if your son had insurance or not. I know, I think you said he was cremated.
Yes.
And you're still probably have to pay for that. And I know right now this is hard on you, so I'm asking everybody in the community, if, you know, if it's just not $1, you know, somebody please help the family out. We're going to try to do everything we can. We're down here right now at Sweet Baby Jane's here on Harvard Street. Very great barbecue place. If you haven't tried it, folks, you're missing some good food. So make sure you come down to Sweet Baby Jane's here in Harvard Street on Hemet. Make sure to tell them that the crazy guy with the lazy eye sent you. And come down and make a donation. There will be a donation jar at the bar here at Sweet Baby Jane's. If you will, please help this lady out. You know, if it's not 25 cents or $25, anything can help. Her family is right now going without, you know, electricity. I know it's hard for you guys to cook. You have to go to your neighbor's house to take, you know, warm baths.
Or we can take this shower. We got that. Five electricity.
Just cold showers, right?
No, we got hot water.
Oh, that's good. All right, well, that's good. So at least you take a bath. But I mean, it's still not fun sitting in a dark house, you know, with no electricity, no TV. Well, you can't play no Xbox because it's stolen. So, going over, I do want to introduce somebody else. What is your name?
Jacob Burley right here.
Hello, Carter. Man, I've known him since 8th grade, beginning of the year. When I first met him, I don't know. He's really just been there for me. I'm just kidding. And he's really just been there for me. I've been through some tough times, confusing times, or I've been angry times too. I don't know, he's just been there for me, alright? Whenever I want to say something, he didn't get mad about it. Whenever I want to say something funny, he laughed at it. I was like, whoa.
I actually said something funny for a change, right? Now, how was your relationship with his brother Eric?
Well, I've never really met Eric, but my brother, he did. He got to hang out there, actually meet him.
Okay. All right, and well, I appreciate you coming on the show with us to, you know, for the support of your brother from another mother.
Yeah.
And also we have another friend. Well, I'm glad that she's got somebody like you know, to be by her side. I know she needs a shoulder to cry on and an ear to speak to.
Oh yeah, it's pretty soggy, but you know.
Yeah. We'll get some more paper towels.
That's why we got another shirt for you right there.
That's right, yeah, we had she's over here supporting Baby Jane. She's wearing it as a bib because she didn't want to get the barbecue sauce, you know, on her shirt.
Yeah.
So we told her we'd get her a Sweet Baby Jane's bib, so everybody check it out. So,
I'm gonna get me one.
and Miss Sargeant, I'm glad that you came on the show to express, you know, your feelings to the community, to let people know that, you know, the true story, what actually happened. And, you know, to express to the community how hard this is on you. And I know you don't want to see somebody else go through the pain that you're going through.
It's not fun. It's really hard.
So, you know, like I say, I don't want to sound like a repeat, folks, but, you know, I'm just going to tell you again, Sweet Baby Jane's over here on Harvard Street. Make sure you do come on down and give a donation. Anything will help. Let's help this family, you know, at least get their lights turned on. We don't want them sitting in the dark, especially after they, you know, going through with what they already went through. I think they've actually went through enough. So there is a GoFundMe page that has been created. We'll put the links on the news article. That way you can go on the GoFundMe page, just click on that link, make a donation, and the appreciation will be given to you by the family. I'm pretty sure they need all the help they can. And you can come down here to Sweet Baby Jane's over here on Harvard Street. Let me see if they even have an address on there. Hey, there he is. She's sitting right there. I was looking at it from a lazy eye, so I was actually looking on the back of it. So 124th South Harvard Street here in Hemet. You can give them a call anytime at 951-652 4227. What was that number again?
951-652-4227.
That's the number to call, folks, and when they do get on the phone and say, hey, sweet baby Jane's gonna help you, tell them that crazy guy with the lazy eye sent you. We out of here.